Hi everyone, my name is Suzanne and I'm a Chinese Metaphysics master in Hong Kong. We've just entered the Earth Code month, Ziwei, and this Ziwei month lasts from July 7th to August 7th. And so in order to get the most out of this month and know what to do to maximize the energies, we're going to talk a little bit about the Yijing hexagram outlook for this month. Now, the hexagram for the month is the hexagram number 46. For those of us who are familiar with the Yijing. So that's Kungua on top and the Xunhua at the bottom. And there are different names in English for this hexagram, but it all has to do with rising energy. So some call it the hoist up hexagram, some call it the growth hexagram, some call it the rising hexagram. Whichever one, you get the idea. It's all about rising energy. And rising to the occasion, rising up to challenges. And that's pretty much what the July outlook is all about. In July, we really need to sustain the effort, and it's a month where purposeful action is needed. You need to have stamina and sustain the efforts. Like whatever you started in June, you may lose a little bit of energy or maybe enthusiasm or even passion about what you've started in June. But in July, it's really, really important that whatever you are doing, as long as you sustain the effort and have purpose, then you will be successful. The results may not be immediately obvious, which is what can be frustrating sometimes, especially for those of us who are a little bit impatient and nowadays everything needs to have an immediate effect, immediate outcome. We want everything all at once and it has to happen yesterday. That's not what July is all about. So in July, you just need to keep going, push through and stay at it, even though it may seem like there's no end in sight. Just do it. And this relates both to your personal life, but also your professional life. Maybe a project in your professional life is just sort of like slugging along and you kind of like, oh God, I don't even want to do it anymore. Is there a point to it? But as long as you can see small incremental growth, keep at it. You need to be committed to growth, even if the growth is barely visible. As I said, the results may not be immediately obvious, probably not even in July, but they will come in eventually as long as you keep at it. So it's a month that really tests our patience, tests our stamina and our purpose. Purpose and passion are key indicators or keywords here in July, because if you just do things because you have to, but yet there's zero passion, there's zero purpose, and there's zero commitment to growth, then you will likely fail at what you're doing because you're going to give up halfway through. So don't just do things for the sake of it. Have a clear plan. Make sure that you do have sort of smaller benchmarks that you can measure and work towards. So that could be even things like just going on a diet, yeah? And maybe, yes, you want to lose 10 kilos, that's fine, but that may not happen in July. But if you can see, okay, well, at least I've lost 1 kilo in July, that is commitment to sticking with the program and you can see progress. And so that's really important. After July, things will happen faster again, but this month it's just a little bit tricky. Now, again, it doesn't matter how fast you grow or how fast you progress, as long as you do progress. That's all that matters. Now, the other thing that we need to look at in July is, do we actually get fulfillment from what we're doing? A lot of times we do a lot of things in our life every single day just because it's routine, right? And there's no real purpose to it anymore. We're just doing it because we've done it for the past 10 years or however long. But we are not even fully conscious of what we're doing, and we definitely don't get any fulfillment from it. So if you are sticking to a routine just because, then it may be a month where you need to reevaluate why you're doing things. And if there's absolutely no point to it, if you don't see any purpose, if you don't see any growth, again, the growth factor is key here, then maybe you want to revisit that routine and have a look at what you could change, or do you still need it? Yeah, this is, if there's no fulfillment with your routine, then you're just wasting your time, essentially. So have a look at that. And we're all guilty of this. Yeah, there's a lot of things that we do every single day, just because we're used to it. Um, and it's just easier. It's just easier to do it than actually thinking about why we're doing it. But try to free up your schedule. And then with that free time, you can actually do something that you're passionate about. And with that passion, you then have an additional purpose, a new purpose. And so this is important in July. If there's no fulfillment, stop doing it. So really becoming aware of everything that is going on, becoming aware that some things may just take longer than others, but it's okay. In July, that's perfectly fine, as long as you're aware of it. And so this is really the key message. Stick with the project that you're working on. Get rid of the stuff that really isn't working or doesn't bring any growth, no fulfillment, no passion. Just get rid of that stuff so that you free yourself up to maybe start new things that you're more passionate about, but at the same time, if you're working on a bigger goal, on a bigger project, keep at it, even though it may look really difficult in July. There will be a positive outlook in a later month. This month is just about testing your patience, testing us and seeing us through, whether we can actually rise up to that challenge. All right. So this is the outlook for July. I hope you all have the patience and the stamina that is needed for July. You could also just go on a summer holiday, right? That is also fine. At least that's something you are passionate about, I hope. And that will probably make it easier to get through this month that can otherwise be a little bit grating and frustrating. All right, so keep your spirits up. And I would love to hear from you, see how your July is going. If you do have any questions, any comments, as always, put them in the comment section below or contact me directly. My email address is in the description to this video. And I'd really appreciate it if you liked the video, shared it, and it would really help me out if you subscribe to my channel. All right, see you guys soon. Have a good month.